Hello guys, Techmaster back. I will be uploading a lot of videos today, doing a lot of comparisons because, I just like doing this kind of stuff. So now we just did the Pro Max versions of all these phones, the 14 Pro Max, the 13 Pro Max, and the 12 Pro Max. Now we're doing the standard Pros of the 14 Pro, the 13 Pro, and the 12 Pro comparison. So now we have 6.1 inch screens versus 6.7, and again the 12 does not have the Pro Motion or the always on display. Next, we have Dynamic Island on the 14 Pro, pretty, standard. We already talked about that. We have the crash detection and the emergency SOS via satellite only on the 14 Pro, and none of the other models get that. Next, on the cameras, again, we have that massive 48 megapixel main cameras on the 14 Pro versus the 12 on the others, and we have the autofocus true depth camera and photonic engine. Next, we have a 4x optical zoom range versus a 6x on, because the 13 Pro, because it has larger sensors, it can zoom into 15x, meaning it has the optical zoom range is higher because, you could zoom into 15x on the 13 Pro and Pro Max because the sensors are much larger. The 12 Pro Max the 12 Pro does not have small sensors by any means, but they are not as big, not even close to as big as the 13 Pro sensors. They are massive. Now, battery life. Battery life is not good on the 12 Pro at all. And the 12 Pro has a battery degradation issue where basically the battery goes from 100% maximum capacity to 87 in just over a year. It's really annoying. And the 13 Pro has 22 hours, the 12 Pro has 17, and the 14 Pro has 23 hours. But the 12 Pro does not have that good of battery life at all. It's not that good. It only gets about, and even the 12, even though it has the same battery, doesn't have that battery degradation issue that the 12 Pro has. So, I would not recommend, if you want good battery life, buying the 12 Pro is not good, especially since you have to buy it used, meaning the person could have degraded the battery when using it. So that's just something to keep in mind when buying this phone refurbished. Next, performance, we already talked about. The A16 chip is the fastest smartphone chip, A14 on 12 Pro, and then A15 on the 13 Pro. The A14, though, again, still performs incredibly on iOS 16, so if you have the 12 Pro, would probably not recommend upgrading. Unless you're having a battery degradation issue and stuff that the 12 Pro has, and your battery life is dying quick, and you can get free upgrades, then definitely do it, but otherwise, no. We have 5G, don't need Face ID, don't care about that stuff. Now, storage, again, we don't have 1 terabyte on the 12 Pro, doesn't really matter. Brightness is much brighter on the 14 Pro, 2000 nits outdoors, and then the other ones have 1200 peak brightness HDR, but then the 12 Pro only has 800 nits. Let's scroll down to battery life, since we just compared all that stuff. Let's scroll down to battery life, so we can talk about that. Power and battery. So again, we have only 11 hours of streaming on the 12 Pro, 17 hours of video playback, 65 hours of audio playback. On the 13 Pro, we have much more, 8 hours of streaming. 9 hours of streaming, wow. So we have 20 hours of video playbacks streamed, 22 hours of video playback, which is about 5 hours more than the 12 Pro, and then audio playback 10 hours more. On this one, we have the 14 Pro, we get about an extra hour of video playback, and that's pretty much it, and that's the same on everyone else. Or not everyone else. Every other thing is the same. So again, the 12 Pro does not have good battery life. It's just not very good in that way. 14 Pro, again, we don't have a physical SIM card, all that, yada yada, and that's pretty much it. This is a quicker video, but we already know all the specs for that. So again, I'll be uploading a ton of videos today. I probably will make at least 3 more videos after this one, so stay tuned, everyone. And and to be completely honest, I would probably, out of these phones, I would say probably don't buy the iPhone 12 Pro. Don't get me wrong, it's a good price. It's a good price under every circumstance, but it just has a weird issues. It's not a very good reason to buy it over the 12. It's not the best And it's also not, I've seen it before, it's not the most exciting phone, I would say. It's definitely a good phone, but it's not like, it's not the best phone, if you know what I mean. Like, and yeah, it has a smaller battery. It doesn't have as good of cameras as the 13 Pro or the 14 Pro. It doesn't have ProMotion, anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I have the 12, but the 12 has better battery life, and it's not. And even when the 12 Pro first came out, there wasn't many reasons to buy that over the 12. It's kind of the least exciting phone out of the 12 series. I think the 12 Pro Max, it's too big for me, but it was definitely more of an exciting phone. And then the Mini and the 12 were. But I'm saying the 12 Pro was almost like a boring phone, kind of, in a way. When it first came out, it was more of like the boring phone. Like, there weren't many reasons to buy it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Well, actually, I don't have to go yet. I'm gonna make more videos. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned.